Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we are playing something really different. We are playing The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Now, if you look here, this was actually my attempt at a minimalist run, and I got up to the final Ganon battle, actually. Surprised as I was by that. But we're going to start a new game. And actually, I'm going to call myself Link. That's who we are playing as. Now, you might be wondering, why isn't this a Mega Man game? And honestly, I do want to bring more than just Mega Man games to my channel, but I did not intend to do that so soon. So basically what's happening is I'm currently having issues recording a different... I need to record basically off of my laptop. I want to bring you guys some Mega Man fan games and some other things. Now, I could be playing the Mega Man Zero series right now, but I have different things I want to do before the Zero series, and it requires me to record off of my laptop. And for some reason, as of my recording of this, I try to record a Mega Man game on my laptop, and I'm having all sorts of frame rate issues, all sorts of slowdown. I'm able to play the game just fine, and the video just looks terrible. Like, I fire a charged shot, and you can't even see it on the screen traveling across. You might see a glimpse of a charged shot. It's not good to look at. So, yeah, I am able to record easily off of my consoles, and so here we are. We are going to play Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and this is my favorite Zelda game of all time, and it's very close for me. Between A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time would be second place. To me, I just like the 2D experience just a little bit more than the 3D experience. 3D, I think, becomes a lot easier for a few reasons. The 3D, you have like the targeting mechanics, where you can like auto-target onto stuff, or just hold down one button and it'll target for you, and auto-jumping. Just, if you need to jump, just run your character off of a cliff and he'll jump for you, because that's convenient. But anyways, I should start talking about this game at some point. I love... My favorite aspect of the Zelda games is the dungeons, going through the dungeons, and there's a ton of dungeons in this game, which is what I really like about this one. And that's one of the reasons that I dislike other certain Zelda games in the franchise, but given that this is not quite as short of a game as like Mega Man games, I'll have plenty of time to complain about that as we go on. But for right now, I just thought I would record something that I know I'm able to record, and that brought me here. So who knows, we might see some other non-Mega Man stuff coming up before we get back to the Mega Man games. I definitely want to work on fixing these recording issues I'm having, so I can record, fan games and other stuff that I have on my laptop, and even some other Zelda-related stuff. But we're going to start, and we get the lamp. Press the A button to light torches and navigate through the dark. Okay, I gotta remember the controls. How do I... Oh, well, that's not what I want to do. How do I get to... Okay. So the Y button is the AKA select button, or the button that gets me... How do I pick stuff up? Okay, R. Yeah, the Game Boy Advance version, Game Boy Advance itself does not have all of the buttons on it that the Super... Oh, that was my map button, okay. That the Super Nintendo did, which this game was originally released on the Super Nintendo. I hope you guys were paying attention to the plot, because I was not. Basically, I'll sum it up for you. There's this evil sorcerer dude named Gargamanon or whatever, and he captured Princess Zelda and some other maidens or mistresses or people who are important, and we need to go save them and stop him, and he wants to revive Ganon and steal the Triforce or something. So we're going to get a sword and shield. We're trading our Mega Man Blaster for this. And there's also been some changes to the game from the Super NES version. This is a port from the Super NES version, but there are some changes, like Link now makes sounds much like he does in Ocarina of Time when he swings the sword. You hear the same kind of sword, or the same voice, I should say, whereas in the Super NES version, there was not a voice whatsoever. So there's some little changes like that, but otherwise this is the same game, and this is the first kind of intro dungeon. There's a couple ways to get around here. I'm going to take this way, and this guy's going to chase me, and I'll just ignore him and make him look silly. Now he can't find me. That's wonderful. The AI for the guards in this game is sometimes laughable, like that. But I know this game very well. I end up replaying it at least once every year or so. And you'd think I could do better than that, but we got a key. And we have a map. Press the L button. Yes, the L button is for the map, and you can scroll through the floors. And we can jump off cliffs. And you also hear that Link makes a sound when he jumps off the cliffs in the Game Boy Advance version. I love knocking those guys down. The jars will actually deal 3 points of damage, if you think of this on a point scale. The sword we have being, you know, the base 1 point of damage. And the blue guards, they take 3 hits. And these green guards, they take 2 hits. Red ones take, I don't know, 5 or 6. They take a lot. But this dungeon, not terribly difficult. Oh, thank you. We have another key, and we got the boomerang. Press select, which is my Y button. And, yes, the A button. A button is for the item. Okay. So the boomerang, it can freeze things, which is nice. And this has also turned into some fairly iconic music for the Legend of Zelda series. And this music originated with this game, and I should not be wasting hearts here because I have to fight this guy. So I should not be wasting so many of those jars, because the jars, like I said, they deal 3 damage each. And hit him with a couple of them, and he's gone. And that's the easiest way to get rid of him, because he's got that ball and chain. And money before saving the princess. Always an important thing. And do I understand? Sure, even though I didn't really read that. Okay, we have to go to the first floor to get out a secret path, because we can't exit this way the way we came in. Remember, we fell through a hole that was underneath a bush. It's not a hole we can exactly climb out of, and there's guards and blockades at the main exit of the castle. So Princess Zelda here is directing us to a secret exit. I think this is Princess Zelda. I'm going to pretend it is. Pretend it's not one of the other sorceress people that we meet later on. Oh, hang on. I just couldn't resist. And we'll just bypass that guy completely, and he's completely unaware. Once again, great job. Since we went around the left way to get to this part, we'll just go back around the right way, just to kind of show that this does wrap around. But there's no real treasure, nothing of major importance here. We will be back here later on to go to the upper floor. And now she's going to tell us about the secret passage in the throne room. If you try to go to the secret passage before you have her, well, it takes two people to push this large ornamental shelf. Thank you. Perfect timing there. And you have to push it from this side. And ta-da! Alright. And that's not what I meant to do. I feel like I'm going to end up doing that a lot. We can use the lantern to light our way. It's not required to light these torches. At least not here, but I'm doing it just because. And this room, we have a lot of stuff to fight. We also have a spin attack, which these guys are not letting me demonstrate, because they're not being nice. Oh, well, that one gave me a heart, so that's okay. Oh, I swung the sword. Come back here, I'm gonna get you for that. So there's some rooms where you need to defeat all of the enemies in order to unlock a door to progress, or collect a key, or whatever. Oh, thank you for the key. Or sometimes you need to light all of the torches in a room in order to unlock something. Again, not the button I meant to press. And there's our boomerang in action, and not doing what I really wanted it to do. And we must go this way. So for those of you who don't know what the Zelda games are, you start with 3 hearts, and as you progress through dungeons or pick up extra pieces of heart, you can increase your health bar, you can increase the equipment. Notice we have tons of equipment spots here. They do all sorts of things. They do not generate keys, however, like that mouse does. But we have our key, so we'll just move on. And you can see we have cracked walls over there. We have these crystals we're picking up. They have your money. And if you poke your sword at a wall that can be bombed open, it will make a different sound. So, the money we're picking up, you can see our money total in the upper left up there. The 52 monies, or rupees, rather. You use it to buy stuff. Green ones are worth 1, blue is worth 5, and red is worth 20. And we can use our boomerang to pick up items as well. So we need to pull a switch, and one of these is the correct switch, and one of them is the incorrect switch. This is the incorrect switch. I knew that, I think. I always like to pull the wrong switch anyways, even if I pull the right one, just to smack these guys around a bit. And, oh, now you're telling us how to pull stuff. And we appeared in the sanctuary. Oh, this is Princess Zelda. I do kind of know what I'm talking about. And the wizard said, once I have finished with you, the final one, the sage's seal will open. I must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard's clutches. If he breaks the seal of 7 sages, a wave of evil will be unleashed. Oh man, I don't like waves. If that happens, the people of Hyrule shall never again know peace. Before that happens, before it's too late, please, you must defeat the wizard before he destroys all of Hyrule. You can, you must. I sense that a mighty evil force guides the wizard's actions and augments his magic powers. The only weapon potent enough to defeat the wizard is the legendary Master Sword. But the only person remaining who has any idea of where this blade may be is the village elder. He is said to be a descendant of one of the 7 sages. Perhaps he can tell you more. I will mark his house on your map. Oh, how convenient. I am certain the castle soldiers are looking for you and the princess now. The two of you cannot stay together, so I shall hide Princess Zelda here, even though she won't ever be hidden because she's just going to stand there in plain open view. And hey, we got a heart container. That's convenient. So yeah, anyone who walks in there will be able to see her. And there's a guard right there. And the guards are hostile in this game. Even if you don't do anything to them, they will come after you. Look at that. He was going to charge at me. Oh, we have a sign. This way. Kakariko Village. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But anyways, I'm going to break here, and I'll see you in the next part.